Hi, I hope you're doing well, and I'm sure this video has surprised you. Believe me, it has surprised me as well. Well, I have two reasons for that. One is that I'm facing a very big fear of mine, that is to face camera, and two, I'm going to do something that I have found to be quite hard for all this time, right? And in the last few days, just like you and so many others, I think I've learned so much from this experience, be it juggling with personal stuff or the anxiety that comes with this uncertainty, or be it the empathy and compassion that so many are showing to each other around me, to fellow humans, animals, workers, doctors, police, and even to self. And almost 3 months back, when I came home from Bangalore to Dharwad, the day I reached here, the lockdown was announced. And a month later, when we all realized that this is going to no longer end very soon, I kept thinking about one thing. What is that is really letting me be at peace today? What if I was stuck in Bangalore all by myself? How badly would I be wanting to see and be with my family and friends? Well, the thought was scary. And if you know how much I have loved living alone and my independence, you will know that this thought of living alone with constraints is definitely not going to be easy, even for me, and just like thousands of people, right? And then very soon, we as a country started witnessing the plight of thousands of people across the country. Some were struggling to get home, some people pay the rent, and so many struggling for just food and water. And we lost lives to hunger while we were fighting the biggest pandemic that most of us have ever seen in our lives. Well, I was human, and for some time I was absorbed in my own struggles at a personal level. But the time I could sort things out, my thoughts sort of started reaching out. They started thinking about different things and other things. And it started with gratitude. I just started feeling very grateful about what I had at that moment. And the first step was gratitude, which helped me in this journey. A home to live in, parents, sister, family around me, sumptuous meal 4 times a day. I realized I no more had comforts. These were luxuries. What I was having at this point in time were not just comforts, right? They were luxuries to me and to so many other people who hardly had anything at that point in time. When I started to work from home from May, I experienced the most luxurious working styles. Everything was at an arm's length: food, fan, light, bed, water, entertainment, Netflix, Amazon. Oh my god, everything, right? Everything I wanted, not just I needed, but what I wanted was just there. Well, one thing I learned from my experience at Teach for India with my children, my students, and their families was to be grateful but not guilty for what you have. And I think it's a very important lesson, right? Because oftentimes when we feel that we have more than what we need, we start feeling guilty about it. At least it happened to me. And something that I learned in my experience is that be grateful, but don't feel guilty about it. I'm privileged. I'm privileged in ways that some are not. You might be privileged in some ways that probably others are not. But we do have our own privileges, comforts, and luxuries. And I think in this situation, we've all had a chance to look at those very, very closely. Well, as I started to count my blessings, my instant thought was, what could I do for the fellow humans or beings that could possibly, if not solve, but at least ease some of their problems and challenges that they were facing. And so far, I think I've been able to do only my bit in very, very small ways, just like you would have done in your own way. And I am more grateful for each of those people who have till now gone beyond the limits and boundaries, and those who have like stayed in their boundaries also but made sure they help people. And I'm not talking about just a Vikas Khanna or a Sonu Sood, right? I'm talking about people like your and my mother or any neighbor who fed the hungry on the road, people who came to our gates, and people like your and my father or someone who fed the garbage collector every day, who came to collect the the stuff every day on the roads. I'm talking about people like my friend Somshekhar, who feeds animals, who fed animals, and who still feeds every day. And he even inspired me and so many others, to, especially me, to get rid of my fear. Not get rid, but then keep that fear aside for a bit and help those little creatures. Well, here is the time when I am reaching out to you for help. While we all are doing our best, while we all are doing within our own capacities, I came across two people who are trying to help people, again in their own ways, but one to help families meet ends, and the other helping families stay well fed and healthy until they reach home. Two people, but hundreds of stories they have about their experiences, because they are listening and seeing so many hundred people every day. One, Sagarika, my friend, who taught in a school in Delhi where kids come from communities where they are first generation learners. Their parents are daily wage laborers and are now they are studying in class 11 and 12. That means you and I both know how important these years are. And at this point in time, while they were supposed to be sorting out their careers, they are trying to fetch some food for their homes, some money so that they can pay the rent and they can stay there. And they have their own challenges on ground. And while they are struggling to study and keep their education on track, they are right now needing to find ways to earn money so that they can feed their families every day. And this is what Sagarika is dealing with and trying to help these people and families. And these are the children that she taught for 2 years when they were in grade 9 and 10. Second friend, Chandan, who is directly working on ground to feed a lot of people with the Feed India initiative. And they feed up to 200 to 300 people a day who are in shelter homes, who are traveling and who are hungry. Sagarika is raising funds through the Milap page. For those of you who do not know what Milap page is, it's a fundraising page where any person can create a campaign but with enough and legit evidence and use the page to raise funds from people, families and friends. So she is raising funds through the Milap page for 50 children in Delhi and their families. They have their math and numbers sorted out pretty well. The plan is to help each family with 1/3 of their monthly expense for I think 2 or 3 months. And that would include food, rent and essentials. Chandan is gathering funds from family and friends on social media platforms, and every day I think it takes around 2,500 to say 3,000 rupees a day to feed around 250 to 300 people. Today, one of the hard things, and this is the point where I come to the initial thing that I said, where I'm doing two hard things today. One is definitely facing this camera, and two, to ask you for help. And yes, you are my friend, and I can give you an absolute personal reason for you to do so, apart from just being compassionate and generous. 3 days from now, if that has rung a bell in your mind, 3 days from now is the day I was born. Oh yes, if you had forgotten, here is a reminder. While I would love to wait for you to wish on my birthday, what I would really want to do collectively together is to celebrate my birthday with utmost joy. I would definitely love to have celebrated this day with you in person while I turn 28, but we all know the possibility of it right now is like close to zero. Hence, while we celebrate virtually and remotely this day, let's give a chance to 400 people and 200 families celebrate a day with food to eat and assurance that they are safe and supported. While I ask you to gift me with your contribution to these fundraisers, I would want us to together give these families some nights of good sleep. And my friend, I can't do this alone. I can make only one family be fed, but together we can probably feed some 200 families. And what more joy than that, or rather, a piece of pizza maybe. If this can be the power of collective, then I'm no more afraid to ask help, be it even leveraging my birthday and asking you for it. And this is my ask to you. If you really wish to celebrate my birthday and send me wishes, send me support to help these people and efforts of Sagarika and Chandan. So here is the plan. It's simple. One is to reach out to you for help so that it's not just me who is helping these people out, but it's us, you and me together, and so many other friends of ours to help together. Two, to collate the help that I get. Oh, yes, I'll assure that my parents also gift me in the same form. And three, to part the total fund into two and give it away to Sagarika and Chandan's fundraisers, so that we are able to help out X number of families with Sagarika. We are also able to feed the people with Feed India for say 4 or 5 days, or maybe a week if all of us get more generous. So since I personally know them both Sagarika and Chandan, I can assure you that the help will be in the right hands and will reach the right hands as well. Well, Tuesday is the day, and Tuesday evening is when I am going to do the transfer to their fundraisers, and any and all help that comes in between now and then shall go only and directly to the people in charge. We have cut cakes together on this day, you and I. We have cut cakes together on this day. You have planned surprises for me on this day. You have brought me so much of joy and happiness on this day. You have blessed me on this day. But this year, let's bring this joy to many others who need it right now. It may be my want to celebrate something with you, but it's their need to be fed and get some good night's sleep, right? And what's joy to us is a need for them right now. So together, along with all the other good things that we do in the day and the month, I know my friends, and I am very sure that each one of you is doing something good. And this is my request to you today, this month. So let's do some good together. Thank you for hearing me out all this while, and text me if you have any questions. And do text me if you're joining hands with me to celebrate my birthday, and I will send you all the details that you need. Again, thank you so much, and let's spread joy and let's spread the word that we are ready to help as well. And let's gift those people some assurance, some support, and some love. Thank you so much. Stay safe and take care.